So today we're going to hit on a few topics. This one might be a little long, but it has a lot of lessons in there, gentlemen. And I want to get straight into it. So before we get into it, I'm going to just ask it right off the bat. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Do it right now. I'll wait 3 more seconds and then we're going to get into some serious info today because all of you men have to understand what's going on. Okay? 3, 2, 1. All right, you done that? So if you've subscribed, remember, if you have a quick question, you need to ask the older man. Get me over on Instagram on Ask an Older Man. And of course, I would always like to talk with you guys. So book a session on askanolderman.com. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's get straight into shit because we got a lot to cover today and there's some serious lessons. And so the first lesson is your mom living with you? Has your mom had you as a single child and she's still staying with you because she's never found a man? She can't afford a place on her own because she spent every single dime she's had to provide for you. Was your mother one of those people that just lived for the day, just lived?
Does anyone here feel that what they're doing right now is derailing them from being with the person they're supposed to be with in the end and the life that they're supposed to end up with?
It reminds me of people who say, hey, man, why can't I just have like a deathbed confession? You know, I live it up, man. I go to Vegas. I do all sorts of crazy stuff. And on my deathbed, which I may or may not get, I'll just convert and then I go to heaven. That'll be really great, right? And look, maybe. But really what happens is people tend to just keep going down the roads that they're on and the habits that they cultivate become the habits that define their lives, whether it's virtue or vice. And I just think if you believe you're going to keep doing this, and then one day at 34 and a half, you're going to wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to do something totally different now and get Mr. Right, who's not addicted to porn, and get 2 kids and millions of dollars. I just think that's very, very unlikely.
I think it's more likely that all of us are going to find like some hot rich guy to marry and take care of us than to like be single for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
Just my child and my fun. That was it. That was it. Nothing else. And every day just became another day of her getting her nails, her hair, all her makeup and her clothes and her bling and I gotta look good. I gotta look good. How many single mothers have gone through that? And then when they've reached the end of life, they can't even find a man. Of course they can't find a man to take care of them. So what? They end up living with their sons. Once again, we see what we call the son husband. Most of them don't live with their daughters, but it's their sons that they hold on to. Because the sons are the ones that are going to be making the most money. The daughters are going to go off with their man. And of course, that daughter don't want her mother to be living with her. You know what's going to happen? Yep. We've seen those videos already where mama start hitting on your man. She's lonely. She's coming in the bedroom, checking on your man, checking on her daughter's man to keep her warm and companionship. And every woman knows that they do not trust their single, horny, still kind of youngish mama with her man. Because I've shown you videos in the past where those moms have crossed the line. But here's the problem we get. We get this. We get a mother that becomes a nightmare for the son in his own house. And now the girlfriend or the wife has had enough.
Did you my mama out?
Is that what your mama said?
Are you laughing about that?
I ain't laughing. I mean, I can't laugh because I said what I said to your mama about what's going on in this house. Your mama don't pay no bills and she got to go.
My mama don't pay no...
I said what I said. She might not have had to like what I had to say, but I said what I said. She ain't my mama. I don't care where she goes. I told her.
Okay. Where is your mama? How about that? Where is your mama?
We ain't talking about my mama. My
We ain't
mama
talking
ain't
about
in
your
here.
mama.
She ain't in
Okay.
here.
Look, man,
Your
I have
mama
the
ain't
ability
here,
to take
but
care
she
of
ain't
my
gonna be
mama.
no more. I told her she
Listen, look, you got 2 ears, you got 1 mouth, all right? How about you listen one time? I got the ability to take care of you and my mama.
I hear you.
So what the problem is?
She the problem. She don't need to be here. She don't pay no bills. She got too much mouth. She always coming in.
Too much mouth.
She be instigating, stirring the pot, always throwing stones and hiding her hands. She got to go. I don't care where she go, man. Your mama very much so sane. She can take care of herself. You enabling your mama. You enabling her, letting her live here. She just
Enabling her.
She
My mama took care of me. I was 18 years old.
And you
What
38 now. You ain't supposed to be taking care of her. Why she ain't got no man of her own? Why is she here? Look at that. What sense does that even make?
What is the real
Because she your mama, she supposed to live here. Your mama broke. Your mama don't want to pay no
Where
bills.
you work? Where you work? Where you work?
I work here.
You
It's
work
my
here? What
job
you
to
do?
hold the house down. Your mama don't work
You
here.
hold the
Your mama
house
don't live
down?
here. She don't need to live here. She don't need to live here. I got you. I don't need to work. I
Who
work
bought
on
that?
looking like I look.
Who bought this shirt right here? Who bought that?
I did with your money.
Who
but
got
so-
your hair done? I did. So I had to
What they got to do with your
you and my
mama?
mom.
What they got to do with your mama? Your mama didn't pay for it, so your mama got to go. You got a problem with that? You got a problem with that?
Look, my mama was here first.
It wasn't.
You
It was
second.
never discussed.
Always know
Listen,
that.
I ain't know. We
You
trying
gotta
to build
see
a family.
like-
How we gonna make a family with your mama here? Like what that? Get her your mouth. What that look like? That don't even look right. That don't even sound right. Oh, I'm trying to raise a family. I'm trying to build a life with a man and his mama. Like I'm not with that.
So
you
what
can be okay with that. I'm not okay with that. I told her she got to go.
So what you
I
said
what I
earlier about my mama talk too much?
I
She
said what
did.
I said.
You said my mama talk too much, right?
She do.
Hey, Facebook
She can
Live.
talk,
Look,
she can talk
look.
so much,
This
too much
woman right
somewhere
here
else. She ain't gonna
said
do it in
my
my
mama
house.
talk too much.
She not gonna do it in my house. She can talk too much
Oh, it's
somewhere
your
else.
house.
Yeah.
What do you contribute? You
Myself.
think just because you sleep with me, that means
Yep.
that's enough?
Your mama not sleeping with you. You want to sleep with your mama? I thought you was a sickie.
You know-
See,
You know what?
that's the real conversation we need to have right there.
We need
Maybe
to
your
get-
mama wants you. Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to give you to your mama, huh? We need to think about that. Maury, let's call Maury. Maury, my husband's mama is in love with him. That's what it is. My husband to be. You see how I claim that? I'm manifesting. Trying to get your mama out of here so I can make you my husband. And so you trying to go off on me. I'm trying to build our life. I'm trying to think about the future. And you mad? That's your mama doing that to you. That's your mama. You a mama's boy. You a real mama's boy.
You know what? I'm gonna just go to this
I
room.
cussed his mama out. So she got to go. I don't care where she go, but she get.
Wow. He needs to get rid of both of them. Both of them have to go. They are literally holding him back. This man has to wake up and understand the problem he has with his woman was created by his mama. Because if he understood the dynamics between a male and a female, if he had a father in the house, he would have known instantly that this woman that he has right in front of him right now wasn't the woman that should be in his life. Gentlemen, if you have a woman like this, get rid of it. That's just ghetto as it comes. It's as low as it comes. So that's one part of the issue. The other part of the issue is that we are now going to see a massive amount of single mothers who has been hit very, very hard by today's economic environment. Because what we're seeing is we're seeing prices of everything skyrocketing, moving at a much higher rate more quickly. So what does that do to people who are net spenders, women? It puts them in a seriously, seriously bad place. And we know it's hurting the women because the women are just really demanding high net worth men. They're looking for men who can spend on them because they realize how hard things are for them as an individual. They now need a man to give them a lifestyle that's impossible. They're asking that from the average guy, and the average guy can't produce that. Even the above average guy can't even produce that. But as we see more and more of these women enter into middle age and up, but the problem now that we're starting to see the ramifications of this excessive spending for these single mothers, because then we get a problem like this. Because these women contribute nothing to men. These men don't want them, but they get a problem like this.
Man, roll down the window. Roll it down. Roll down the window. Roll down the window, ma'am.
What's wrong?
All the way, ma'am. All the way.
Okay.
Okay, all the way.
Okay.
Look.
Okay.
What's going on here?
What do you mean? What's going? I don't understand. What's wrong? What's wrong? What do you mean? What's going on?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
why are you in your car?
I'm just.
You've been camped out here for a couple of days.
No. I haven't. It's just been like I just got tired. I was driving. I thought I'd just take a little nap. So
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Look, you don't have to lie. Okay.
I'm not.
Look,
lying.
we had multiple calls saying that you've been camped out here over 48 hours.
Oh.
Store employees, they're worried about you.
A woman who looks dehydrated.
We're just stopping in to check on you.
Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you. That was really nice, but I'm okay. I'm really okay.
Where's your family? Do you have any family or home?
Not anymore. I don't have one anymore.
What do you mean?
My son threw me out. Just said, "Go, Mom." I was living with him and his wife, and he just didn't want me there anymore. She doesn't like me.
Man,
So
your son kicked you out of were you living with him? Man, roll down the window.
I don't know if that's a skit or not. I don't know. I had a few people in the comments saying, "Oh, we saw these people in other videos." I don't know. The aggressiveness with the cops, I don't know if that's real or not. The woman on the other side was really loud and aggressive. The microphones seem really good. So I don't know. But my point is very simple. This situation here is very, very real. If you just use your common sense and realize if more than 60 to 70% of women are single mothers who are average women who don't have a man to live a life with, and we know the spending habits of these women, you know that when they reach this age where they're no longer attractive, where they have not invested in any homes, any place to live, who do you think they're going to fall back on? Their kids. Not the girl, the boy, the son. And like we saw in the previous video, the son's wife is going to have a problem with the mother because two women cannot live in the same house and trying to control the same man. That's going to bring conflicts. Every woman complains about her stepmother. Every woman, even her own mother. Every girl grows up to just despise her mother because she sees herself in the mother, and then the mother sees where she has failed the daughter, and she tries to correct it while they're in the same relationship, in the same house, with the same man who gets in the middle. You understand what I'm saying? So now what we're seeing is a lot of these older women have invested nothing in the future. And the future is now. And they're in trouble. So it's either go to the streets, go for government assistance. Otherwise, it's not a very pretty picture, my friends. So this is what we're going to see. We're going to see this in mass right now. Because a lot of men are not even getting married anymore. And these women can pretend about how much money they're making and what kind of boss bees they are. And when the OnlyFans dry up, like their faces, when that finishes and it's all over, there's nothing else for them except literally the streets. And I don't mean in the good way. I'm talking about under the bridge, in the park, on the bench. Yeah, that's the reality of life for a lot of these women. It's not a pretty picture, my friend. And this gentleman says it really well.
Black people's brains have been hardwired where we connect happiness to spending. We have to disconnect the wire in our brain from happiness and spending and take it from happiness to saving and happiness to investing. Do you know that rich people stay rich because they pretend to be poor? And poor people stay poor because they pretend to be rich. We spend money. We literally are trying to buy respect, and we go broke trying to look rich. When you have enough on the inside, you don't need the stuff on the outside to make you feel like you are something. And he said, you know what? Me and my guys was out. We went out of town and we was on our way to go to the club. And whenever we start getting dressed, my partner realized that he had left his jewelry. The minute that he seen that he didn't have his jewelry, I noticed that he got sad. And he didn't even go with us. Next day, I went down to the counter at the hotel room and he was opening up a package. He had somebody overnight his jewelry to them. And when he grabbed the jewelry out, he took his watch, his chain, and put it on and told me, "Hey, I'm back." But he never went nowhere. Problem is that he felt a sense of worth from what he put on the outside of himself. But the real sense of worth doesn't come from the jewel you put on your finger, your wrist, or your necklace. The real sense of worth comes from the jewel you put in your mind with knowledge, wisdom, understanding, discipline, and character. And
I tell you, gentlemen, that is a powerful, powerful statement. The problem is, gentlemen, this is a problem with the majority of women. But you, men, we have to understand that that's not life. You know what rich is? You know when you're rich, you know when you're wealthy? Let's use the word wealthy. Wealthy is when you don't have to worry about money. That's what wealthy is. Rich is the idiot who takes, you know what? Let me give you a little example. If I gave you $1 million today, you would be happy, right? You would feel rich. But the man who takes the $1 million and go and buy consumer goods with it will only feel rich for a while. After he has spent it, that's it, it's done. That's what's happening with all these OnlyFans girls. They're living the life. They're flying off to Dubai. They're flying off here. They're vacationing. Every one of them, oh, I got to go on vacation. Oh, I got to go on my trips. This is insane when I listen to women about their trips. Oh, you got to be able to take me on trips. You got to be taking me on shopping and getting the bag. A bag that costs 10, 15, 20,000. Try to resell it. How much it costs? Oh, yeah, I'll give you $1,000 for it. They're not investments. They're consumer goods that you've paid for somebody else's label. So that means your money has just gone poof. And of course, you're going to need another new bag because everybody have seen you with this Louis. And that Louis is 4 years old. That's an old version. You need the up-to-date one. So you got to get back out on that OnlyFans, spread those legs, do your thing. Spend that money again for the latest one so you could show the rest of your girls that you're the boss bee. I have never ever seen a man look at a woman and say to himself, oh man, jeez, I love that bag she got, man. Jesus, she's so hot. Look at that bag she got. Oh, she got a Louis. Oh, she's so hot. She got some red bottom shoes. Not one man that I know has ever said that. But yet these freaking women are out there spending money that they don't have. They're in debt to the hilt. Their student loans are killing them. They're going on these trips year after year. Oh, I didn't go on my trip yet last year. I'm going with the girls. I'm going with the girls on the trip. They're broke as shit. And what happened? They end up like this woman right here because no man want to marry them.
Happened in your dating experience to where you're now like,
It's a lot of pressure on black men, specifically dating black women. And I love black women. Social media and the culture has put a lot of pressure on us. This could be just based on environment. Mm-hmm. When I moved to Atlanta, women here are very entitled. And listen, I'm not blaming anybody, so I don't want this to turn into
When you say entitled, though, what does entitled mean?
I'll say financially entitled. I feel extreme pressure. And I get hit on by white women. I get hit on by all kinds of women. But when I get hit on by black women, I immediately feel this entitlement of, I got to pay for something.
Wow.
I got to pay your rent. I got to help you with your car note immediately within 2 weeks. Or I'm just saying what I've experienced. I'm not saying that's every woman. Nowadays, if I take somebody on a date,
$400
immediately. And I don't even drink. So if she drink, that's a couple hundred. If the hookah is 45,
dessert?
Lamb chops is 50, dessert. Mm-hmm. So by the time VIP
valet.
Part, valet, I was just getting ready to say valet. So we didn't spend $400 for me to see if you like me.
Say that again.
So it's like I'm spending. That's just the first date. You want to go out again. I didn't spend $1,000 on 3 dates just to see if you might call me back or maybe text me back. And then because you're a beautiful woman, if you don't like me, you can go get the next man to do the same thing.
Happened in your dating experience to where you're now like,
I don't need no man. I don't need no man. You're not sharing the debt. You're not sharing the expenses. Let's hear from some of these women. You can just hear the stupidity. They're just looking out for today. Today. I want to make money today. That's it. They're only concerned about today.
Moved into a luxury apartment, and though it is nice and I like it and all these other things, I realized that I can't afford it. When I say I can't afford it, it does not mean I can't pay for it. Like, I have enough money to pay for it as far as money's in my bank account, but as far as like what I want to do in life, I can't really afford it. In a sense of, now I'm in a position where it's like I'm here and I pay so much in rent, it's to the point where it's like I can't even go on a trip right now. Like, I can't, and I haven't traveled in a while, and I'm very big on traveling. Like, I'm very big on going out and stuff like that. And I can't really do it as much as I would like to because it's like I can't afford it. And I don't know why we do this to ourselves. Like,
hey, Raf, I'm a teacher and I can barely afford to pay rent with my salary. My salary bi-weekly is basically my rent minus $500. Guess how much my car is? $400. Guess how much insurance is? $100. Oh, yeah, that's right. You do the math. I'm left with owing money at the end of the month. That's not even with groceries. Holy sh**. That's not even with groceries. I realize every single month I am transferring money out of savings into my checking, and I am not. Just had the realization in the car that I'm actually going to go into debt if I continue.
It just hit her as she's in the car that she's spending too much money. God.
It's actually ruining our relationship for the future because now you can no longer keep the show up because you faked it.
The show meaning like money, right? Like
the money, the gifts, the romance, the trips, everything that you do at the beginning to try to get us. You need to be able to keep that up because that's who we're gonna fall in love with, and that's what we're gonna want. When you stop doing that, we're gonna be looking at you like, what happened? You don't like us anymore?
And they don't even do it gradually. They just be all of a sudden, nah, we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Nah.
Save money.
Right. We gotta save money now.
Can't do this. And all you want to do this. This is the lifestyle that you was giving me from day one.
And all of a sudden we go from spending $15,000 to $2. I'm hungry.
I think it's just the action itself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not really about the money. It's just the action itself. You
And
used
the
to bring me
behaviors.
flour every Monday. Oh, suddenly you just stop.
I'm still the same girl. I'm still cute.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, do not spend on a woman to make her love you. You spend on a woman who loves you, but you spend smartly. You can spend your money not on things, not on stuff. You can
spend $3,000 on these red bottom boots, another $1,800 on these jeans, another $1,500 on this polo jacket. I think $800 on this dumb Burberry. What is this? A scarf? What I just did, what we do as consumers, we make everybody else rich except us. So I don't even want to talk about the $50,000 or more over the years I invested into Versace. I used to think that was the coolest stuff in the world. It made me feel good. It made me feel proud. I felt rich. Everybody would look at me when I go walk in the room. But today my mindset is totally different. I actually feel stupid because my daughter I could pay for her school, 1 month of school with this dumbass hat that has a Burberry logo. I could pay for my son's private school for the whole month. You know what I'm saying? Just by this dumb scarf. I made Burberry rich. I made whoever owned these glasses rich. I made red bottoms rich. Alex Miller's not getting rich off of this. They're breaking you. They're breaking us. This is not what's up. It looks good, but it's nothing. I used to walk in places and feel like, oh, I throw on this Versace shirt, I throw my Rolex on, I walk in the building, everybody's gonna know me. Everybody's gonna know, who is this person? Why don't everybody want to know who is this person when you don't have all of this dumb stuff on? Look how stupid.
You can spend it on investments. You can spend it on, hey, I just bought a money market account for us. Hey, I just bought this piece of land. I just spent our money on a piece of land that's going to be our future. Hey, I just spent the money on an investment tool. Hey, I just spent the money on this little business I think can bring us in some good money if we work on it from now on. You spend your money on investments, not on stuff. You spend your money on your future, your security in the future, not your immediate happiness and disposable items that literally loses its value the second you bring it out of the store or drive it off the lot. There is nothing more comfortable than going on a trip that you know that when you get back home, you guys are still okay. How many of you go on trips and you literally come back, or while you're on the trip, you're panicking because you know that you cannot or should not be spending the money that you're using on that trip right there and then. You're stressing about it right through the entire trip because you know you shouldn't be on this trip. You can't afford it. Just because you can pay for it doesn't mean you can afford it. Gentlemen, You have to control your spending when it comes to women. Ladies, if you do not invest in your future, you are doomed, especially if you don't have a man sharing the bills at this time in your life. You are doomed. You're going to be that lady that the cops are going to be running you out of parking lot with a broken down car because you cannot afford rent. Because no man wants to be hitting some 65, 70-year-old panani. No, none. No man is going to be marrying you at that age. So all you ladies who think, oh, I divorced when I was 40. I divorced when I was 50. How do you think your future is going to end up? When all of a sudden you left a good man with a nice house where you guys have built together and you have built this shelter and this security together. And now, guess what? You got to go live on your own. Oh, you want to take trips on your own now. So all of a sudden, all of your disposable income is going into taking care of yourself, going on trips on your own, and doing stupid shit. When you and your husband could be sharing those expenses and doing those same trips. But the difference is, oh, you wanted to ride some different D. That's it. That's all you wanted. Because his was boring, and I've been riding that same one for the last 15, 20 years. Oh, it's boring. But guess what? Any new one is going to become boring as well. It becomes boring even faster as you get older. That's the biggest problem. Because you realize it's not that important after riding it for a very, very short while. You realize, it's not much difference between this one and my husband. Yeah, that's the reality of life, my friends. Okay, guys, listen, I'm going to cut this one off here right now so that you all can digest some of this information. Give me your feedback. Let me know if you know any ladies that are in this position and, some ideas on how you can try to advise them and help them. I mean, I can tell them until they're blue in the face, don't make the mistake of leaving your husband, especially in your later years. Find a man in your early years. That's to help the young generation. But they're not listening. They're not listening. I'm hoping they see some of these videos so they'll wake up in time. But most women don't see the future. They don't see this far ahead in the future. They always think, I got time, until they don't. But anyway, guys, subscribe, hit the notification button. Of course, book a session on askanolderman.com and let me know your thoughts. All right? So I'll see you all in the next video. All right, cheers.